Hello YouTube fans, here again. I remember doing this one before, but what the hell, I remember doing the other two before, that being Missing in Action 3. Say that again, Missing in Action 3, Bennett. And I love this one, I love it. It starts off where it's based on 1975. It's always confused me if you ever saw number 2. And I do remember saying that one before, because if you ever saw Missing in Action 2, it was supposed to be a prequel from the first one. He was brought up in Tatsid and he was a prisoner in Vietnam, the war camps, and it was based in 1972. This is in Bangkok, and it's in 1975 at first. You do get two actors from one of my favourite remake films, that being The Blob, which, fun enough, this came out the same year, 1988. And let's say he's got a type Vietnamese woman, and he's in love. And at first you think she gets killed because there's an explosion. But as you watch the film, you find it's some girl who's a bit deeder, stole a necklace. So Bennett finds a body all burnt to a crisp, and he assumes it's his wife. A couple of years later, and now in the actual day, as I say, 88, and this priest comes out of nowhere and tells him that his wife is still alive. But he doesn't believe it at first, but then you've got this captain, basically a bit of a dick really, who was also in The Blob. And because of the way he's acting, he has an idea this sergeant is down to fob him off. So he says fuck it, and he goes back to Vietnam. Now, out of all the other Missing in Action films, I've got to be open and I've got to be honest, this is a ballsy film. Missing in Action 3, Bennett, is a ballsy fucking film, because how many films you see nowadays where kids are getting slapped, getting punched, getting kicked, and so on. This film does it. Now, I don't like seeing harm done to kids and so on, but in all fairness, it's only a movie, right? Only a movie. And so he goes on the mission to go after these people, right, to find his wife, of course. And in the film, he finds out not only is his wife alive, but he also finds out he's a daddy. That's right, our mate Chuck Norris finds out he's a dad. And but you do get this one guy in it. You get this one guy in it who's this one of the Vietnamese soldiers who's a complete and utter scumbag. He was also in the TV series of V, and he played a scumbag in that. But believe me, compared to what he's like in this, he's a real fucking scumbag. I do love the boat in it. He gets a speedboat right from one of his mates who is a bit like the one in the first one. He gets into a fight and everything. And you think he's a bit of a dick. But as the film goes on, you get to like the character. I love the boat in it. A bit like the boat what was in number 1. But it goes like underwater. And I've got to admit, out of all the Missing in Action films, this one has the biggest amount of action in it. This is one I would say is more of an action. The first one does have action, but I'd say more of a thriller. Second one is more like an estate, Missing in Action type of film. This one, I would say, is more of an action film, and definitely a ballsy one. So, like I say, you got this soldier, right, and he finds his wife, and you think, hey, happy ending. No, it isn't. Because he gets tattooed, my mate Chuck Norris, once again. His wife gets shot in the head, which I imagine back in that day was like a dumpy and utter soccer. The fact you see his wife get shot after all what he went through, because his wife was dead, to see her get killed again, definitely makes you hate the sergeant, and it makes you hate him even more. Because Chuck Norris gets tortured in such a really sadistic way. You think his kid's going to get killed, but you find out the sergeant is fucking with him. Because he has the heels of his legs stuck on a sock gun. You think, shit, he's going to shoot his son in the head. Because he's got these electric wires on his neck, what are socking him. But he almost gives in. But then you find out the fucking sock gun didn't even have a fucking gun in it. Didn't have a pellet in it or anything. So, you know what I mean? He was just basically fearing him. But Chuck Norris manages to escape, manages to get his kid out of Dodds, and you think happy ending. Gets on the boat, but long behold, the villains attached to his lad again, attached to the priest and all the kids. That's what I mean, it's a ballsy film. It's a very ballsy film. Our mate Bennett finds that out, goes back after them, and there's one scene in it where you think a young girl is going to get raped, and you think shit because she's only a kid. Happy to say, as I said in my last review, it doesn't go that route. Or Chuck Norris comes in, kills the scumbag, rightly so, blows him the fuck out of there. I love to see him he blows up with a shotgun. It's just epic, especially on the dad's a scumbag. And you could say he shoots a lot of people in this. It's definitely one of the ones I would say is pretty violent and definitely action packed. Let's say his son at first doesn't like his dad, and I mean, he thinks he's left him and all that. But as the film goes on, it's definitely, I would say, out of all the missing in action films, it's more of a father and son bonding film. It's a father and son bonding film. I love the action in it, and I love to see. The only bit that pisses me off is at the end. He shoots all the baddies up, right, and Chuck gets wounded. And I felt they should have done a bit more to it, knowing it's going to be the last missing in action film. But it's still a dud. You got the main villain, and you think Chuck's going to get it. You think, oh shit, moment. Got the helicopter, and Bennett and his lad blow up the helicopter, kill the bad guy, love it. And the thing is, the fucking sergeant will even let save them. They're stuck on the bridge. No, they've got to do it. They've got to do it themselves. And you're thinking, God, what a dick. Won't even help Chuck. But like I say, he outsmarts the villain, blows up the helicopter. Chuck's wounded, but you know, he's a badass. He'll fight another day. Happy ending, happy film, and I love the music at the end. No, I love the music. It's an epic ending. I felt, yeah, that's the way Missing in Action should end. It was the last one, being Missing in Action 3, Bennett, but it's a dud one. It's a dud one. You know what I mean? It's a dud film. I would say this is the one that has most of the action, and I do love the music in it. It has a bit of music which they used in the original one, the original. And it's one of them, was they going to make a third one or not? But, you know, it's very successful, the two Missing in Action films. So they must have decided, what the hell, let's make another one. So, you know, the success of the Rambo films and so on. So they must have decided, why not? So that's when they decided, Shannon, as I say, decided to make Missing in Action 3, Bennett. And it's a dud one. It's a dud one. I mean, I remember reviewing it before. And it's one of them, not a lot of people review the Missing in Action films. And for this to be the last Missing in Action film, I love it. I do. I mean, I think this is one I'd, like I say, without repeating myself, had most of the action in the film. And it shows. It's a father and son bonding film. The villain you love to hate. Because out of all the other villains, right, this one you do love to hate. Yeah, I don't think he's, unlike the one in Missing in Action 2, who's something that's cool and evil. He's also one that's cool and evil. You know what I mean? He's also cool and evil. The way he talks to our mate Chuck, but he manages to get out of it. And I love it. I mean, I just love the ending of it. It's an epic ending. You got a top song at the end. Happy ending. It's a ballsy film. I mean, how many films you see nowadays where kids are getting it and getting slapped? This did it. But it's a good one for it because it's angled the right way. So Missing in Action 3, Bennett, 10-star rating. I love it. I always like Chuck Norris. You know what I mean? A lot of people think of action films. They either think of Sylvester Stallone, like I said, the Rambo films. They think of Arnie. They think of fucking Dolph Lundgren. But me, I like Chuck Norris. Not a lot of people talk of his films nowadays. So Missing in Action 3, it's a dud. Into them. Be smart, be safe, and I'll see you soon.